Shalom. This is your brother Barawan giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Yahweh be known, the Heavenly Father, the creator of heaven and earth, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, the God which the scriptures speak of, and Yahweh is only begotten son which the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And the Rakakwadash is the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, no rule well, pushing his 100% to the gospel, helping to wake up and to seal the elect of the nation of Israel. And salutations to you sincere Archimedes that are pushing this gospel in truth and sincerity, risking your lives and your freedom to do so. Alright, so this is going to be a response to the Apostle Tahara's, the Apostle Gavara's video. You know, the Lord of London offers an apology for their participation in the slave trade, you know. And in the video, he mentions the precepts that's going to be the title of this video, you know. They shall seek to please the poor. So that's what Esau is doing right now with you know, this whole Black Lives Matter movement, which we know, of course, that you know everything that's concerning this Black Lives Matter movement, from the death of George Floyd, to the actual protests, to even these Edomites companies and these mega businesses are apologizing for for the racism that made them rich and made them for famous, and for you know um building their company on the backs of the labor of the Israelites. You know that everything they are speaking about, everything that they say, everything that comes out of their mouth is bullshit. It's all lies. But they are still going out of their way to try to please the poor. That scripture says, "Which the poor, being you Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you Israelites are also scattered among the nations." They are going out of their way. They are publicly apologizing and doing all these things. Even going as far as to close down their businesses, or to close their businesses for set amounts of time. In support, and I say that in air quotes, of the protests which are going on, which was sparked all over the world by the death of George Floyd, which we already know, and we've already told you that Esau is one that is behind all these protests. That usually you have very very little control over what actually goes on in these protests. That's why there are riots, and that's why there are riots and lootings in these protests. And there are videos, dozens and upon dozens of videos online showing that the people that are actually doing all these rioting and looting the most are so-called white people, so-called Edomites. The main pictures that I even see, the main pictures of the people that are actually doing these riots are always Edomites, with a few Jakes in the background. The only time that you see Jake actually at the forefront is when there are pictures of the protests, but anything else is Idoma is doing all these things. But at the end of the day, they're still going to blame Jake for it. Even though the person in front of, even the person that is, you know, doing the rioting, even the person doing the rioting and doing the looting, even though they are Edomites, even though they have them on camera as Edomites, they're still going to blame Jake at the end of the day for this. It's still going to be on you Israelites. But that is beside the point, and that's not what this lesson is about. This lesson is about what Esau, what this deceit that these devils are bringing out now, talking about apologizing for racism, and doing and shutting down their business for a few hours in support of the Black Lives protest, which has been going on for weeks now, since the death of George Floyd. We already know, so let me go to that first precept. That is in the book of Job, in chapter 20, and the apostle about out these precepts. I'm going to read it from the top. So this is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, Where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall any place any more behold him. Neither shall his place any more behold him. Salakia. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. And that is why Esau is trying to. That's why Esau is trying to. That's why Esau is trying to. He's trying to do these fake apologies to you Israelites. Trying to do the bare minimum to get your forgiveness. Because he feels that. I'm also going to get that precept as well, because he feels that if he gets you Israelites to forgive him, if he is shown mercy, that his kingdom can continue and he won't go down, because these devils, they know that they are going down. All these elites of East. I'm not talking about, and I'm not talking about the super elite. I'm talking about even the low level elite Edomites. The ones that have, the ones that have made it in this life. The $1 billion Edomites, or the $100 billion Edomites. The ones that are very wealthy. They know that they know who they are, and they know that they are going down. The truth has literally gone throughout the whole corner of this earth, man. If Jakes are coming out, and if the Israelite celebrities are coming out and saying that they are Israelites, guess what? Edomite celebrities also know that, also the Edomite celebrities and the wealthy Edomites, they also know who they are, and they know that they are Esau, and they are increasingly desperate, to try to escape their fate, to escape their judgments. Doing whatever they can to try to get out of the judgment which the Most High is going to give unto them. Even um with this, and that's and that is what they are doing with this, all these apologies, all this talking about, apologizing for their racism, and apologizing for, the oppression of you Israelites. But they won't but they won't pay up reparations for it. They won't, they won't, what's what I'm looking for. They will speak with them. They'll talk about how sorry they are, but they won't show have any. They won't act in a way that seems apologetic. You see videos of a random Edomite, apologizing for slavery on YouTube, talking about how he was a racist, and how he's sorry for his people are oppressing, oppressing the Israelites. But nobody's asking you to apologize for slavery. What we're asking for is you devils to pay for what you have done. But Esau doesn't want to pay for what he has done, because because he's basically a devil. I mean, these people, they are wicked. Even down to the lowest level Edomites, they are all the same. They're just a bunch of devils. A whole nation of demons and devils. So we'll get the next precept in Psalms 137. So this is the book of Psalms 137 from verse 7, and it reads, "Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones." And that's what's going to happen to these these CEOs and these CEOs and these elites of Israel that, you know are that think that they can get away with oppressing, with all the oppression that they have committed on Israelites, and still continue to oppress the nation of Israel to this day. From all the way from their fathers even down to their children, because at the end of the day they are still those fathers that started the oppression have reincarnated and come back in the reincarnation today are these same people again that are still oppressing Israelites to today. And that's why the scripture said that they should take their little ones and dash their heads against the stones, because even because the current CEO and the current owners and shareholders of that company, Lloyd's Insurance, they are still the same people that sold that insured the slave ships, and insured even your ancestors, your former incarnations, because you are property during that time. They even insured you as property, in case any harm came onto you. They would pay your slave master reparations, but not you. This is how this devil works, man. They haven't repented for what they did. They don't feel even the least bit sorry for what they did. But they want you jakes, they're trying to get you jakes to have sympathy on them, to ease, or to ease your persecution of these devils. They're desperately trying to, desperately trying to please the poor in an attempt to make, in an attempt to escape their judgment. But that's not how it works, man. You might be able to, trick do these 2/3 out here. You might be able to deceive them. You're not even succeeding in deceiving them, because even the two-thirds have gotten tired of this devil's bullshit. You might be able to deceive the two-thirds, but you never deceive the elect. We're not going to forgive you devils, and the Most High, you're not going to forgive you devils either, until you pay the price for all that you have done in full. Alright, so let's get Ecclesiasticus 13. The next piece that I wanted to bring out. Because it's just going to be They are just going to run through the spirit and bring out a few precepts concerning Esau and his wickedness, you know. So this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 13, and I start from verse 9. If thou be invited of a mighty man, withdraw thyself, and so much the more will he invite thee. Press thou not upon him, lest thou be put back, and stand not far off, lest thou be forgotten. Affect not to be made equal unto him in talk, and believe not his many words. For with much communication will he tempt thee, and smiling upon thee will get out thy secrets. But cruelly he will lay up thy words, and will not spare to do thee hurt and to put thee in prison. That's what these devils are planning to do, man. When this Black Lives Matter thing dies down, you know, when they see that, oh, Jake is no longer riled up again, you know, when they see that that you know, Israelites have calmed down, you know, they'll go straight right back to oppressing you, man. You know, and through the spirit, you know, I believe that these things, you know, that you know, it won't come, you know, that it won't come down the way that these devils are hoping that it will, you know. The Most High will, what's what I'm looking for. The Most High will, you know, the Most High will offset all their plans, you know, like he has already started doing. You know, he will offset all their plans, you know, force them to bring down, you know, force them to fulfill fully fulfill the prophecy in Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, you know, where he says that he will come down with great wrath because he knows that he have a short time, you know. The Most High will make sure that, you know, these devils won't even have enough time to think, enough time to plan their next move, you know, for them to keep on bringing out, you know, keep on bringing out their, keep on advancing their plans until the time when our Lord and Savior, our Lord Yahweh Shai comes and takes them out of rulership, you know, and puts the rulership right in the right place, you know, where it actually belongs. And because all the devil that he's trying to do is he's trying to put us, you know, he's trying to put us back in the trick bag, you know, when he thinks that, oh, that if you apologize, if you are that you know, like that's quote, you know, I just got reminded of it, you know, that the apostle keep, you know, that George Soros made, you know, that says that the easiest people to trick in the world is the so-called black man. You know, he thinks that if he just he sort of thinks that, you know, if he just apologizes a little bit, like it will work, you know, because that's what he has always been doing. You know, whenever, you know, he'll oppress you, you know, he'll oppress you, put heavy yokes on you, and break you Israelites, then turn around and apologize for it. You know, talk about how we are all one. You know, make all this, make all his deceit. You know, use the power of his mouth. You know, which the Most High has given him. Use his deceit. You know, on the left hand side, which the Most High has given him. You know, the spiritual power of deceit, the spiritual power of the witchcraft of deceit, and trick you, Jake, into forgiving him, and then continue to oppress you again. But it's not going to happen like that anymore. You know, because the Most High is getting ready to take out of rulership Esau. You're not going to get the chance to keep on deceiving Jake the way I've always been doing. You know, that even reminds me again. You know, that precept where he said that, you know, he spoke. The precept where he said that he had horns like a sheep, but he spoke as a dragon. And this is one of the things that this is one of the examples of that. You know, we always talk about how Esau has these things called, you know, the draconian legislations. You know, where it basically gives them permission to oppress the whole world as the whole world as much as they see fit. You know. Like I'm looking for it. You know, you see, he had horns like a lamb and spoke as a dragon. I can't find it. I was speaking about I was talking about the draconian legislation where it basically, you know, writes laws to oppress entire nations. You know, even nations that are not Edomites in. You know, like for example, you know, recently Bill Gates tried to pass a bill for forced vaccination right here in Nigeria where I'm living, you know, from the House of Reps, but it was rejected because, you know, because he had no right to actually force that kind of bill to pass through. You know, when he was trying to bribe, you know, he was trying to bribe the House of Representatives, you know, the legislators in this country to pass that bill. Which is even more evidence that Esau is being revealed in these last days, because, you know, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, that kind of thing, nobody would have known that happened. You know, that would have been completely swept under the rug. You know, nobody would have heard that Esau even try something like that. But now, you know, any small thing that Esau does, any little thing that he just tries to push through, you know, he instantly gets exposed. So let me just read this Revelation 13 and 11, and I'll continue. And I beheld another beast come up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. You know, he comes in that peaceful man, he comes in that peaceful man, and we know that the words of his mouth, what the scripture says, what does that scripture precept say? The word of his mouth was smooth like butter, but in his heart were drawn swords. Esau will tell you all these good things about how we're all humans, that he did not mean to do it, that he make up all these excuses, but in his heart, the only thing that he's thinking about is how to kill you, Jakes, how to kill you, Israelites, how to steal your heritage and turn you into nothing, how to make the Most High reject you, because at the end of the day, that's what Esau is trying to do. So I'm looking for the precept. Here it is, Psalms 55 verse 21, and it reads, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but what was in his heart? His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords." That's what, like I said, that's what Esau is after. So let me also get this, so that this next precept, so this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, verse 4. And I'll start from Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4, and I'll start from the third verse. "But the multiplying brood of the ungodly shall not thrive, nor take deep rooting from bastards' lips, nor lay any fast foundation. For though they flourish in branches for a time, yet standing not last, they shall be broken with the wind, and through the force of the wind they shall be rooted out." And these devils are being rooted out right now. They had their chance, they've had their fun, they've had their rulership, they've ruled for a good while, but right now, they're about to go down, they're about to be thrown down, and when they are thrown down, they will never ever get back up again. They'll never even be able to, when they are thrown down, they'll never even be allowed to even sit up or even kneel, or even kneel. They'll be on the ground forever. Now, like the scripture says, all the nations shall not, like the scripture says in the book of Isaiah chapter 14, all the nations shall narrowly look upon thee and say, "Is this the man?" Here it is. Let's start, the book of Isaiah chapter 14, and I'll start from verse 10. Oh wait, no, that's not it. Okay, it is the book of Isaiah chapter 14, verse 16. "They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, and that opened not the house of his prisoners?" And I know during that time, everybody's going to look at Esau like, and they're going to see him for what he actually is. Feast the human filth, man. Like Job said is that, like Job said that people that aren't even worthy of being set in the same, of sleeping in the same room as dogs, man. And let me close out with these precepts in the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, the 21st chapter. Here it is. Now I was always going to bring out this one. The book of Proverbs chapter 11 verse 21, and it reads, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered." This is why Esau is trying so hard to get, to get him, to escape his punishment, because he knows that if he escapes his punishment, you Israelites will not be delivered. If Esau is not punished, if Esau doesn't get put into slavery, if Esau isn't, if Esau if there isn't any retribution for everything that Esau has done, if he isn't violently taken away, if his kingdom isn't violently taken away from him, you Israelites are not going to be saved. You're going to be like this forever. You're going to be in this situation forever. Because this devil, they don't want their kingdom to end. The scripture says that they think that their houses shall continue and go on forever. That's what they want. They're scared they're scared of you Jakes being in rulership over them, because they know that if that happens, they will have to pay for everything that they have done. And these devils, they can't pay for what they have done. I mean, they don't have the, they don't have, they don't have, what's I'm looking for? They don't have the capacity to pay for everything that they have done. So they're just trying to escape, whichever way they can. They are getting desperate, You can see you can almost see the fear in Edomites. That's why they are going backward and crazy. They are revealing themselves in these times. They are revealing how they truly are and how the men of the Lord have been telling you that these devils are all this while. Even the lowest level Edomites, we told you that they are wicked, that they are demons, they are devils. But usually I didn't want to believe until now you have seen it for yourself. Anyway, with that, through the Spirit, that was an edifying lesson. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Rakakwadash. Shalom.